Hey friends, I hope y'all are having a fantastic day today. If you're new here, my name's Alicia, and this is what my family had for dinner this past week. Saturday night, my husband made oven fried fish with fried potatoes and some homemade tartar sauce. This video will have 8 dinner ideas because I realized that in the past 2 videos, I've been like a day ahead or a day behind, whichever. On Sunday night, we had Big Mac Sloppy Joes. I just browned some ground beef with onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. And then we had shredded lettuce, onions that I cut really small like McDonald's does, Thousand Islands pickles, and we made them up. And my husband made like some homemade fried potato chips on the side. They were super fancy. He actually cooked them in the oven, but a lot of them got like kind of crispy like a potato chip. This was so good, and we will definitely make it again. On Monday night, we had a ham dinner, and this is the salad that I made to go alongside of it. Just some lettuce, some baby cucumbers. I shredded up some carrots, some cheese, onion, and then of course we topped it off with the ranch. And this is everything else I made. I tried to make some potato cakes like my husband makes. They didn't turn out as good, but we still ate them. Then I just made some ham in the oven with like some brown sugar on top. I overcooked it, but it's fine. And then I made that box of pasta salad, and it was pretty good. We had never tried that one before, but it tasted just fine. And then this is what my plate looked like. It was delicious. Alright, Tuesday we did Taco Tuesday, and those are baby cucumbers on top of my tacos because I used up all the lettuce the night before because I forgot about tacos. My husband put the cucumbers that I sliced up to go on the side on top of his tacos, told me that I needed to try it because it was life-changing, so therefore I did. And it's really good. I wouldn't say life-changing, but good. Wednesday night I made some chorizo rice, and this tastes just like the Michelina's beef and pepper frozen meal. And I just made this for a $4 dinner video. I will leave it linked in the description box if you're interested in seeing how it's made. Thursday night was yo-yo night, but we didn't really have very many leftovers, so I made Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes. My kids actually were so excited that it was yo-yo night that they literally wanted to just make themselves some randomness. So one kid had ramen with like veggies and stuff. The other one had a sandwich with like some chips and some veggies. But for my husband and myself and my sister, we all had the Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes, and my husband turned them into tacos. That's what this is. But I had a sandwich instead of my sister, and these were really good. Like super good. One of our favorites now. On Friday night, we had the creamy chicken and broccoli rice dish, and it was the other recipe in the $4 dinner video, so it'll be linked in the description box. It's a really delicious one-pot meal that you can make in pretty much any device you wish to. I know that it could be done in the oven, on the stovetop is how I did it. Also could probably be made in the Instant Pot or even the crock pot. Really good. And then Saturday night, we had green curry, and this is so good. The first time that I ever tried green curry, I was so thinking that I was not going to like it, nor any of my family. But man, was I wrong. This stuff is delicious. So this one I'm doing with chicken. You can do it with no meat. You can do it. I've seen some people use meatballs. I've seen it used with pork and bacon. Pretty much anything you want to do, you can do it, I think. Steak, but I'm using chicken tonight. So I just chopped my chicken up, fried it up until it was nice and brown. You don't have to make it that brown if you don't want to, but it has really good flavor. And then you use whatever veggies you have in your fridge. I've done this with only onions before. I've done it with bell peppers. Anything that's in the fridge that you feel needs to be used up, you use it up in here. For me, on this night, we had lots of different veggies. There's been times where, like I said, I've only used onions because that's what we had on hand. and, you know, kind of like fried rice. You just want to try and use up what you have on hand. I've also done it with like frozen mixed vegetables, frozen peas and carrots. Anywho, the possibilities are endless. So this night I started out with carrots and then zucchini and then some onions, and then I had half of a green bell pepper and half of a yellow bell pepper because I went to the store for bell peppers in the middle of the week for the Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes, and we also needed some milk. Anyways, all that to say, I also added in some garlic. Once everything was sauteed the way that I wanted it to be, we don't like our bell peppers to turn into like a complete mush, so I add them like at the very end whenever I add the garlic, just because then they're not going to be like super mushy. They're still going to have a slight crunch to them. And then after that, I add my chicken back in, and then my green curry paste. That little tiny jar makes 2 batches of green curry for me. Some people add a lot more than I do. Like they'll add the whole jar or even like 2 jars to theirs. I think half a jar makes it plenty flavorful. So anyways, and then I add some soy sauce, a can of coconut milk, a little bit of sugar, a chicken bouillon cube, which I actually ended up adding in 2. I don't know why I didn't show the other one. But anywho, I also add in about 4, maybe 4.5 cups of water. And then I'm going to add in some lemon juice, onion powder, garlic powder. I add in some Cajun 2-step fire. That's unnecessary. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. That was the first time I ever added it in because it was in the cabinet. Anywho. And then I added in dried parsley. I think you're supposed to add in fresh parsley. If you don't have dried or fresh, it's really not a big deal. I think you're supposed to add in like fish sauce. The regular sugar was supposed to be brown sugar, but I used up the rest of my brown sugar a little while back. Or well, I think last week. Anyways, it turns out great. It's one of those meals that you use what you have on hand, and it'll turn out great pretty much regardless of what you add in. We don't typically keep fish sauce on hand. The only time that I ever used the fish sauce was pretty much in the curry. And whenever I made it without it, before, it tasted just fine. And it tasted just fine on this night as well. It was very delicious. So, it's just a great meal that tastes delicious. So good. But anyways, I bring it up to a rolling boil, and then I lower it down to a simmer, let it simmer for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, as long as you've got. And this is what it looks like. We serve it over white rice. It is one of those like comfort foods that just fill your belly and your soul. So I've actually got 2 different desserts to show y'all as well. One was made last week, one was this week. My kids said that y'all needed to see their beauty. I didn't film how we did them, but these my husband made. It's just box cake mix with Reese's Puffs on the top. He crunched them up because we had like a super small amount left that nobody would have ever went back to, and he made some gorgeous cupcakes. So here we have some really delicious cookies that my girls and I made together. They are actually from the show called Struggle Meals. My kids and I actually really love that show. It's actually really funny. And it's from the episode Bacon My Heart, I think is what it's called. And these are actually made with bacon grease. And they turned out really good, even though they look funny. Never ever forget that Jesus loves y'all and I love y'all too. I hope you have a fabulous day. See you soon. Bye.